family, it's a new week and I've already taken a trade on Euro USD and it was a losing trade. So let me break it down for you. And this is my fourth losing trade. So I've been on a losing streak, 4 losing streaks. I haven't won any trades since last week. So let me break it down for you. On the weekly, we have this weekly IRO to ERO with SMT inside of it. So I'm anticipating that price will reach out for this external range liquidity. So coming into the day, today being Monday, and during New York session, I noticed that we had created this 4-hour bearish fair value gap over here. We created this tag date and we created the SMT, which is now invalid to me because price has traded back into that 4-hour bearish fair value gap again. So the trade is now invalid to me. And after we tagged this 4-hour bearish fair value gap, on the 15 minutes, we had this 15-minute bearish fair value gap created whilst disrespecting this 15-minute bullish fair value gap. So after we tagged this 15-minute bearish fair value gap and we created this new set of SMT on the 15 minutes, I went down to the 1 minute and I noticed that we had created a 1-hour bearish fair value gap after this SMT was created. So I then placed my sell limits at the open of the 1 minute bearish fair value gap and placed my stop loss at this high, and I was targeting 2R. Price tagged me in, give me a little push lower, then reversed and eventually reached out to my stop loss. And I didn't do any trade management on this trade because I was anticipating that price will sweep this high. I wanted to see this high being swept and then a displacement low, but we reached out, we traded to the high and we ran through it and went straight to my stop loss. So I'll keep you updated as to how the week goes. I'll keep on updating you, but hopefully, I hope at the end of the week it will be a profitable week. I hope so. Hello family, today is Tuesday and I took a trade on Euro USD after so many losses since the last week. I finally have a winning trade, and here is the trade breakdown. It's very simple as usual, and I finally broke my losing streak of 4 losing streaks. I finally broke it today. I have had a winning trade today, so let me break it down for you. So as you can see, we have a weekly IRO to ERO move, and we created SMT at the weekly bearish fair value gap right here. So I'm anticipating that this week will give us a push to the external range liquidity. And when you go on to the daily, yesterday when I was doing my forecast, I was expecting another push into the weekly bearish fair value gap. Because of this daily candle close, we swept this low and we closed back inside the range. And as you can see, it's quite an aggressive bullish candle and we respected the low. So I was anticipating that price will give us a push higher to maybe this high right here and eventually this high. But coming into the day, I noticed that after we swept the previous candle's high, we displaced back into the range. And if you go on to the 4-hour, you will see that after we displaced back into the range, we tagged this 4-hour bullish fair value gap, which could have been a support for price to push higher. We tagged it multiple times and failed to move higher off of it. So I then noticed that this bullish fair value gap, this 4-hour bullish fair value gap, was likely going to be disrespected because we tagged it multiple times, and a strong fair value gap only takes 2 taps, like the first tap and maybe a second tap to then push higher. But after we tagged it the second time, we tried pushing higher, but we had a tiny bearish fair value gap right here which rejected price back into the 4-hour bullish fair value gap once again. So then I noticed that this 4-hour bullish fair value gap is likely going to be disrespected. And if you move on to the 15 minutes, you notice that we had a displacement over here after we tagged that 4-hour bearish fair value gap, the tiny one. After we tagged that tiny 4-hour bearish fair value gap, we had this displacement. And we created a 15-minute bearish fair value gap, and all this displacement failed to take this low here. So we created equal lows, which is a nice place for price to target. So after I noticed that we've created that equal lows and we've created this 15-minute bearish fair value gap, I said to myself that this 15-minute bearish fair value gap can push price lower since we are already bearish coming into the week. So after we tagged this, price tried disrespecting it, and we even created a 15-minute bullish fair value gap against S. But after we tagged it, we closed back inside the 15-minute bearish fair value gap, and we did not disrespect it entirely. And we had SMT with GBP USD As you can see, GBP USD took the 145 high but failed on Euro USD. We failed to take that 145 high, therefore we had an SMT created. And I wasn't going to take this trade because I was demanding more from price because of the way we had this retracement into the 50-minute bearish fair value gap. I wasn't anticipating that price will reject off of this 50-minute bearish fair value. Like, I was cautious. I wanted to demand more from price. And then on the 1 minute, we had a very strong push. As you can see, we had a very strong push after the SMT was created. We had a very strong push down. So I was convinced after I saw this strong push and a 1 minute bearish fair value gap was created, I was then convinced that price was ready to move lower. So I then placed my sell limit inside the 1 minute bearish fair value gap. My stop loss little over the high, over the SMT high. So on my 5k account, my take profit was at this low right here, and on my 10k live funded account, my take profit was at the external range liquidity. And as you can see, all this target was hit, and we had a quick move and a nice displacement lower to the external range liquidity. I updated my Discord. Hello traders, I'm currently in a Euro USD short, a 50-minute IRL to ERL move. So this was it. So you can join. The link will be in the description below. So this was the trade. I'm done for the day. I will be coming tomorrow to see if I'll get any setup tomorrow. So hopefully we get a good week, and we didn't start off well, but I hope you get a good week. Like I said, I'm currently in a trade on AUD, USD, and gold, but last week price action and this week price action hasn't given us any significant pushes on forex. So, but I was still able to get a trade today on gold and AUD USD. So I'm still in the trade right now, and I'll give you the breakdown of the trade later. So I'm currently in the trade, and I'm in the trade, and this is it. As you can see, this is it. This is the AUD trade, the AUD USD trade on my 10k account, and gold, which is mine. I took the gold trade on my gold funded 5k account. As you know, we can't take the same trade on gold funded accounts. Like, you can't place the same trade on both accounts. So I had to place this gold trade on the 5k account, and on my 5s account I also took the AUD USD. I also took the AUD USD trade on my 5k 5s accounts. So I'm actually in the trade on all my 3 accounts, so I'll keep you guys updated. Hello guys, we had a beautiful trade on gold and we hit TP. So this is the breakdown. I'll make it simple and very fast. This is the breakdown. So if you go on to the weekly, you will notice that after sweeping this weekly candles high, we are displacing lower. And if you go on to silver, you'll notice that we came into a weekly bearish fair value gap, and we created SMT on the daily with gold. On the daily, we created this SMT on daily. We created this SMT on the daily with gold, and what confirmed my narrative that price is reaching for this external range liquidity was when we disrespected this daily bullish fair value gap here yesterday. We disrespected it, so my narrative was confirmed that price is reaching for the external range liquidity below. So then I went on to the 4 hour. When I came into New York, we were printing this candle right here. We were printing this candle. So after this 4 hour bearish fair value gap was created, I then went on to the 1 minute. I then went on to the 1 hour, and then I noticed that we were inside the 1 hour huge bearish fair value gap right here. And after we tagged it, we created this SMT. This candle closed back into the range, and we created this SMT. And after 1 p.m. open, we created a new set of SMT. Silver took that 12 p.m. high. Silver took that 12 p.m. high here. So we had another set of SMT. And my reason for taking the trade on gold and not silver is because I do not trade silver. I only trade gold. I have silver here because I need to confirm my SMTs. That's why I have silver inside my purse. So on gold, when I saw that we had created this 2-stage SMT, I then noticed that price is not going to reach for the 4 hour bearish fair value gap. So I went on to the 5 minutes, and wow, on the 5 minutes we had this huge displacement lower. After we created the SMT, we had this huge displacement lower, and we created a 5 minute bearish fair value gap. And mind you, I wasn't too confident in this 5-minute bearish fair value gap. So I had to wait for a rejection off of the 5-minute bearish fair value gap. And then after I saw this rejection here, I placed my sell limit and my stop loss at the high, and I was targeting 2R. So after 2 hours hit, I then secured 80% of my position and left the runners to the external range liquidity. So I had to close 80% of my position at 2R and all my position at external range liquidity. So this was the trade, and these are my trade management. The red lines here are my trade management. After I saw this displacement closing below this low, I moved my stop loss to this SMT high here, and after we had another displacement lower, I moved my stop loss here. And after I saw this retracement, I moved my stop loss to break even because we are close to TP. I don't want price to reverse and hit me, or price to reverse and trade straight to my stop loss, making me lose money. So I moved my stop loss to break even, and then price rejected off of that and then went straight to TP. So this was the trade, and it was a beautiful trade. And I'm still on the Euro USD trade, and it's consolidating. It has been consolidating. As you can see, we have been consolidating at my entry, and I'm still in the trade, so I'm hoping to see what the outcome will be. I'll keep you updated. And I posted this in my Discord. as to what I'm looking for in price. This is USD CHF, which the price action wasn't clear, so I did not take any trade, or I did not look at it anymore. And if you go on to Euro USD, as you can see, I said I am bearish on Euro USD, and I would like to see this 1 hour swing high inside the 1 hour bearish fair value gap hold and push price lower. But considering how the 4-hour candle is closing, I would like to demand more from price. That was when I saw that huge displacement on the 5 minutes. That's what made me notice that we are ready to go lower. So on Euro USD as well, I said the same thing. I am bearish on Euro USD as well, and I would like to see the 1 hour swing high inside the 1 hour fair value gap to be swept, or we get an SMT created. Then I'll go on to the 5 minute to look for entry confirmation. And as you can see, we created SMT here. We created the SMT at that 1 hour swing high here. And if you go on to gold, this was it. I am bearish on gold, and I would like to see this 1 hour bearish fair value gap hold and push price lower. But considering the way the 4-hour candle closed, I will be demanding more from price. And that was the demanding more from price was the 5 minutes, was the 5 minute bearish candle, which displaced lower aggressively, creating the 5 minute bearish fair value gap. So this was it. I posted this in my Discord, and I alerted them when I took the trade. As you can see, this is on AUD USD, and this was on gold. So I posted it there, so you can join the Discord for daily chart outlooks. So I'm still in the AUD trade, and I'm hoping to see how it will go. So stay in touch. I'll update you the outcome of this trade. It's 11 p.m. at night. I forgot to do a breakdown trade I took, and as you can see, I updated my Discord on that trade. As you can see, I've already posted the trade here, so I'm going to do a quick breakdown for you guys. So this is it, 5 minutes bearish fair value gap, and we did not take the highest external, and we reversed. The reason why I love to and the low hanging fruit, which is this low, for example, the reason why I do not wait for price to hit the external range liquidity. Sometimes I take 80% off, or just target 2R. That's all. That's what I do. So let me break it down for you. It's a weekly bearish IRL to ERL, as you can see, with SMT inside of it. I have it here with SMT. Sorry for sorry about the camera shaking. I'm actually holding it with my hands, and I'm at the same time using the mouse, so sorry about that. And like I said, you have a weekly IRO to ERO move right here, and if you go on to the 4R, we have this. We had this structure on the 4R. We actually, when I came to New York, we were printing this candle right here. So as you can see, we had the structure. We disrespected this 4-hour bullish fair value gap, which tells me that price is ready to move lower. So after I saw that we've disrespected this, and we've disrespected this, and we had this 4-hour candle displaced lower, I then went on to the 1 hour to see if I'll get a clear structure. And when I came, I saw a clear structure, which was price came back into this 1 hour bearish fair value gap after we tagged it and we traded lower and failed to take the external range liquidity. Price did another push into the 1 hour bearish fair value gap, and inside we swept a 1 hour swing high and we created this SMT. And if you go on to the created this SMT with NZD USD right here, you can see this SMT. And on the Euro USD, after we created that SMT, if you go on to the 5 minutes, you will see that price gave a significant push lower, creating a 5 minute bearish fair value gap over here. We created this 5 minutes bearish. So the moment I saw this candle printing, I then waited for the 5 minutes bearish fair value gap to be created. I just sold the market. After I saw this 5 minutes bearish fair value gap created, I just sold the market, and my stop loss at this swing high, my stop loss at this candle's high right here, and I was targeting 2R here. And on my 10K account, I was targeting this low right here, and we hit that 2R on the 5K account on 5S, and the 10K account also hit TP. So just a beautiful trade, and as usual, just the normal trades I've been taking, and I haven't changed anything about my strategy. The same thing every single week. Even though I had losses last week, I still didn't change anything. I just took my setup over and over again. So this was the trade. It was a beautiful trade, and like I said, I always update my Discord right here. I always update them. As you can see, this was the trade, and I gave them an update on the pairs I'm looking at. As you can see, this is USD Chef, and this is AUD USD. The one I took the setup on, as you can see, we were inside this 1 hour bearish fair value gap when I took that setup, and we had swept this. I was waiting for a 5 minutes bearish fair value gap displacing away here, and on Euro USD, which wasn't clean, this was the structure I had when I came into the chart during New York session. And on gold, the second trade I took, which was also a winning trade, this was the structure when I came into the market, and I took a setup on this. And I took a setup on this 1 hour bearish fair value gap to the external range liquidity, and it was a perfect trade. So I'll leave the link of the Discord in the description, so do well to join for daily updates on the market. And this was it. So today is Wednesday, and tomorrow will be Thursday, and I'm about to do my forecast as well. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hello family, I took a trade on USD Chef, and let me break it down for you very fast. It was a losing trade. So we had this weekly IRO to ERO move, and this weekly bullish fair value gap was created off of a previous weekly bullish fair value gap. So I'm confident that this bullish weekly fair value gap will push price higher. So when we tagged it, and on the 4 hour we had this structure right here. On the 4 hour we swept this low right here, this swing low right here, and we created SMT over here, and we had this candle showing that yes, price is ready to move higher to this buy stops right here. So after I saw this on the 4 hour, I then went on to the 1 hour to confirm it. So on the 1 hour, I noticed that on the 1 hour we had this candle when I came into the chart. We printed this candle right here, this 12 p.m. candle, and the 1 p.m. candle wasn't clear to me, so I waited for the 2 p.m. candle to be printed. And after the 2 p.m. candle was printed, I noticed that we had created another SMT, and we had swept this low right here. And on the 50 minutes, because I wanted to demand more from price because of the price action today, I wanted to demand more from price. So instead of the 5 minutes, I went on to the 50 minutes to confirm if we were ready to push higher. And on the 50 minutes, I noticed that we had created this 50 minutes bearish fair value gap. So I waited for it to be disrespected, and after we disrespected it, I placed my buy limit and my stop loss at the low, and I was targeting 2R, and this is my break-even point. And price ended up tagging me in, tried to push higher, but reversed and tagged me out of the trade. So this was a losing trade. And after I was tagged out, looking at price might still push higher because we are overall bullish on the market. So price might still push higher, but I am done for the day, and it is 4:30. I don't trade past 3:30. So it is 4:30 right now, so I am done for the day. So this was the trade on USD chef, and I had a trade on Euro USD which I missed because price did not tag me in. I was anticipating price after we disrespected this 15-minute bearish fair value gap. I anticipated price to give me a tag and then a push lower to the external range liquidity, but price kept on printing lower, printing bearish candle lower. So after we tagged this bullish fair value gap, I decided where price has reached, I don't want to see a retracement back to my entry to then go back to the external range liquidity. So I just closed that trade. So I wasn't tagged in and I closed that trade. So the only trade I took today was USD chef, and this was it, and it was a losing trade. So as I'm talking right now, I'm still having a profitable week because I've taken some winning trades this week and I'm still profitable this week. So I hope to see how the week ends tomorrow. So catch you guys tomorrow. Guys, today is Friday and I'm recording this video on Friday, and the reason I'm recording this video on Friday is because I'm making my videos and I realized that I did not post any videos last week, and I need to update you guys on last week, the trades I took 3 trades which was all losing trades. So I have the screenshot of the trade and my account balance and the weekly P&L last week, but I wasn't able to do a breakdown of the trades I took. So I'll just be putting the screenshot of the executions and my overall account balance for last week. As you can see, this is it on the screens. And today is Friday. Actually, I was looking for it to trade today, but the pairs I was looking at, Trump, I think Trump posted something, or Trump said something about Iran or something, and then the market skyrocketed and just took out the sell stops I was anticipating price to reach for. So we've taken the sell stop, and looking at the structure right now, gold is a little bit clear for me, but it would be invalid if it is 340, and right now it is 315. So by 340 and I don't see what I want to see, then the trade will be invalid to me. Like I said, today is Friday, so I'm talking about today's trade, and the reason I'm recording this video is because I wanted you to know that I took some trades last week, but I failed to do a recording of the trade. So that's the reason why I'm making this video, to show you the trades I took and my weekly P&L and my overall P&L. So this is it, and I'll see you guys if I get a trade, or if I don't get a trade, then I guess it is next week. Stay safe. And also, these are my current, this week's P&L and my overall balance this week. This is it. So the one I posted earlier was last week, and this is the current week, and this is the P&L for the week and my overall balance.